You know that moment when life throws you a curveball and you decide, I'm not going down without a fight? That's the energy we're tapping into today. Welcome back to the Unbound and Awakened podcast. This is where we get real about the journey that stretch us, shape us, and help us become who we were always meant to be. I'm your host, Poonam Premnath, and I'm really excited to have Shweta Mehta back again on the show. If you caught the last conversation, you know Shweta's story is one of resilience, healing, and stepping into her power. But today, we're going to be talking about the side of her story that you may not have heard, the part where she laced up her gloves, stepped into the ring, and found strength, confidence in a whole new way moving through life. We're diving into kickboxing, not just as a sport, but as a mindset, a release, a pathway to reclaiming your body and your voice. Shweta, I'm really honored to have you back. I cannot wait to get into this conversation. So let's start with the spark. Like, what drew you into kickboxing? What was that curiosity? What was that need to release? Is there something deeper there that we would love to know more about?
What the thing that has drawn me towards like kickboxing is like I wanted to try something very, raw, which would challenge me and, shake me out of my comfort zone and toughen me up mostly. So yes, kickboxing has done that. The bruises, the sweat, the discipline. I feel it has, you know, took away all the fakeness and just left me with what really I am, a fighter. And I have never been related to this idea of being soft and delicate. And Barbie dolls were never my thing. So yes, kickboxing has toughened me up a lot, and it brought rawness to my character. So kickboxing is like I would say not a workout for me, but a way of living for sure.
Thank you for sharing that, Shweta. What I liked about what you just shared is moving outside your comfort zone. I think that's the point where you start to grow at a level that you were not there before. And when you push yourself in spaces that you haven't been to, that's when suddenly there's a soul rebirth. That's how we call it in the healing circle. A new version of you gets born at that point, which is a little bit more truer to the future self that was actually calling you into that space. So that's nice to hear that you actually listen to your voice, your inner voice, and you move through that. Was there any particular moment in your life where kickboxing became more than, I know you said it's more than a workout for you, but when it became a tool, was it more an emotional or a mental strength? Where was there a particular moment that drew you to that space?
Yes, it was basically started with just an internship, and then it became everything for me. And it started just a few months before the lockdown, I would say, and it saved me from the lockdown phase because when people were inside, all the world was inside, and it was so heavy, uncertainty, and I was out there connecting and feeling myself. And I still remember when the gyms opened up after after the COVID with a lot of restrictions, with the mask on and sanitizers everywhere, and so much of uncertainty. No trainers would want to train in that that conditions. So I stepped in, not just because I had to, but I think it has like I like the energy of it, of training others, and then the being in the aura of kickboxing, the power of kickboxing. And that's where I felt like I am where I am meant to be.
Yeah, it's sometimes with destruction, something new comes along. COVID was one of those moments for many people. Actually, it was for me as well. That's when I published my book too. That was when I started writing, and I think for you, it moved you towards kickboxing, and it's a nice way to express yourself where you're actually able to be of service to others as well. When you become the light when everyone around you feels like they're lost and they don't know how to move forward. That was the same moment for me as well, where people actually were reaching out how to stay emotionally more stable. So I went down this path, and it looks like you went down the path of kickboxing, which is extremely refreshing to hear because I find that to be a very fascinating sport because the impression about kickboxing is that it's a very male dominated sport. And did that put you in a place where you faced any kind of internal resistance or any kind of external doubt? How did you move through that?
So to be very honest, I don't let the idea out until I am actually successful in it because I know people judge, and with judgment comes a lot of negativity. And if you're not careful, then self-doubt creeps into. So I make sure that my early vision is protected and it's not out before I succeed. And anything before, it's actually like if I do anything in my life, if I'm getting into anything in my life, I ask myself three questions. Is it worth it? Is it making me happy? And is it giving me growth? So if the answer is yes, then I'm all into it, my 100%. And I don't owe explanations but results. And then I just let my work do the talking.
Wow, thank you. That was so inspiring. And I love those three questions that you shared because I think that'll help anyone who may be stuck not knowing whether they should take that first step or not. And, these are very simple questions to ask yourself. And honestly, as you said, you're only answerable to your higher self, no one else, because it's calling you. There are people that have prayed for you, and that's why you are doing what you're doing. And you would not be in alignment with your truth if you hadn't pushed this far. So that was, I'm glad you shared that truth for somebody who needs to listen to this. So it actually leads me into the next question for you. How that has that redefined, because you're already into fitness, but did it redefine the way with your relationship with your body, not just physically, but energetically or spiritually? Was there a shift that you experienced when you went down this path?
Yeah, to the like for the longest time, I have been like, treating my body as a project, which needs to be fixed constantly with PCOS and postpartum journey. But then kickboxing, I think it really showed me what I could do, what my body can achieve, how strong I am, and the stamina has given me the confidence, to believe in self and face on things which life is throwing at me bang on. So yeah, it has not only made me physically strong, but emotionally and mentally, I grew a lot. And yes, kickboxing makes you really tough for sure.
Yeah, no, that's good to give that a parallel as far as another way to strengthen your the grit muscle, so to speak. So I think kickboxing has been that avenue for you. Was there any particular emotions that you were juggling or you were facing when you were inside when you were training? Like was there any particular emotion that how did you process through movement?
Of course, there were like a lot of emotions, like anger, frustration, joy, happiness. Sometimes it would be like, really tough for me to So they were like this. I used to work in a gym where there were like 9 rounds of kickboxing. You do different things. Like you for first round you give like punches. Second round you do kicks. So it's like almost 3 minutes each round. So it takes like
Mhm.
27 minutes for you to complete. Most probably it takes 30 because you like 30 to 35 because you stop in between. So yes, so it sometimes I would complete the whole round in like 27 minutes, and sometime when I'm struggling with my own, mind, it would take me at least 40 minutes to complete because I'm not getting there. And yes, to be there's like cocktail of whole cocktail of emotions going on there. So, but I feel these emotions doesn't make me weak, but it makes me human, and I don't suppress them, and I make them, use as a fuel. So, I balance my hormones with the kickboxing. I let myself out, whatever it's building inside me. I just, let it out. And that's what I think, refreshes me and brings a new of myself the next day. Yeah.
That's wonderful because from a trauma perspective, which is what I do. I'm a trauma informed coach. Emotions are nothing but energy in motion, right? So, and when you suppress some of these emotions, that's when they get stuck in your body, and that's when diseases happen. In this case, you proved as a real life example of how you took that energy and you transformed it, because and we all know this energy cannot be destroyed, it can only be transformed. And this was a really good way to transform all of those emotions. And there's no such thing as good, bad, right, wrong with emotions. It's just that it either lifts you up or it brings you down. At that moment in time, how do you take that and you allow that to be a fuel to help you move forward? And you, with the example that you shared, that's a really good example for anyone listening to this conversation to get inspired by. And a lot of that comes with discipline. It comes with a lot of precision. It comes with your endurance. And kickboxing can teach you many life lessons. And was there one principle from that sport that changed how you show up every day?
Yes, for sure. It would be consistency beats motivation every single day. So I was listening to this speech of PV Sindhu day before yesterday, and she said, show up, just show up. So that's what I'm saying. So it's not the real strength is not in when you're pumped and ready to go hit the gym and do the workout. No, it's when you don't want to go, you don't feel like to, and you still show up. So I think that's where the real growth starts. So I would say consistency is the best, practice we can do in our life to achieve anything.
Yeah, no, that's a good value to have. Consistency is a very important value. Just showing up and be it a good day, bad day, no matter how. That's a really good truth to leave behind for anyone, is to move through that. And when I do yoga with some of my students, we make sure that we put ourselves in certain postures and positions where we're not very comfortable, but we do it anyways, just to teach us that muscle of moving through pain, moving through situations that are not very desirable or uncomfortable. And what you just shared is a good example of how moving forward can help you grow in ways that I'm sure has changed or shifted a lot of things for you. And you can see that in result. I mean, look at you. You look amazing. And you're a mom of two, right? So and you're going, and that's amazing. And can you talk a little bit about a moment where was there a personal challenge or a turning point during kickboxing that's helped you?
Yes, I would like to connect it with my son actually. It is beautifully connected with him because when I started kickboxing, I used to come home and on weekends, he used to ask me a lot of questions. What did you do, Mama? How did you train? A lot of questions. So I thought, why not, use his curiosity to train him. So I used to train him on Saturday, Sundays, just, little air kickboxing exercises at home. And we used to record them and I used to post them on Instagram, and you should see his face would lighten up when he used to see himself training. And I think that was very impactful because it was bringing the thing I love, which is very close to my heart, is bringing a change in him, is shaping him. And I could see the discipline and the joy on his face. And yes, I think that also, I think that is the kind of legacy as a mother. As a mother and a fighter, I have to lead by example. So I think that is the kind of legacy I want to leave for both my kids.
Yeah, no, that's a wonderful legacy leave for them is leading by example, right? That's what you're doing. And you didn't allow your identity of a mother to be defined to a small little box. You redefined it. And the connection that you've built with your son through a memory and through the videos you've created and how he feels in that moment when he's with you, though that's how it shapes his identity for his future as well. So I'm really glad you shared that example because it actually answered my next question is how where does that intersect the role between you being a mom and a kickboxer, and you actually answered that question. But here's another thing that came up is what do you hope your daughter or other women to learn by watching you in that role?
So I feel lot of women think strength takes away their femininity, but it doesn't. I feel it, enhances it. So if you achieve strength, it will beautifully, create a aura around you, which will demand for respect from everyone, no matter like even its opposite sex. So I walk with pride, and because I know my worth, my power, and that's what I want to teach my daughter. She's 10x of me. I'm like, I don't have to teach her anything. I feel she's teaching me right now because I can see like she's only 3 years old, but I can see the strong character in her. But yes, to other women, definitely I would say, embrace strength and don't hide or fear from it.
Yeah, no, that's a really good example is the confidence, right? I think confidence is priceless. And when you build your strength, confidence becomes a natural byproduct of it. And people don't understand the importance of what it means to show up in that space with your presence, with your aura, with that version of you that feels magnetic, that feels aligned, that feels good. So the energy that you give in that moment, your presence, it's a beautiful invitation for anyone that is in your space at that point in time. And you don't need to define femininity again inside a small shadow box. There's more to being a woman and more to what you can bring to the table because it's a very, very powerful way of, strengthening that muscle and showing up with confidence, which is, I guess, the reason why you're doing what you're doing right now, even with the pageant that I think you're still working your way into it, looks like. So, and I see all of your posts, your the pictures that you post with all the new outfits. It's been extremely refreshing to watch your story and your journey. Was there any myth that you wish more women would needs to let go of when it comes to sports? I know you touched on the femininity aspect of it, What would you say to someone who may be even intimidated to even try something like kickboxing?
So yes, I would say the same thing, but I would add to it is kickboxing will definitely make you strong. Not only kickboxing, I would say general workout, strength training or anything which makes your body is like, put in a uncomfortable position. It will make you strong, give you strength. But I feel feeling strong and knowing that you can protect yourself, you can fight for yourself, the feeling is irreplaceable. But and I think that is very important for every woman to feel it.
No, that's a beautiful truth to leave behind. Which I want to wrap this up with one last final question. Which honestly, you beautifully stated this in many different ways, and you conveyed all the different aspects in terms of your pain, your struggle, your journey, the beautiful outcomes that's come out of it, and the fact that how it's added and lifted you as a woman and your relationship with your children as well. Now, if kickboxing was to be like a metaphor for life, what's that message it continues to teach you again and again and again? Was there like that one thing that you want to end this conversation with?
Mm. It would be you will fall and life will hit you hard for sure. But I think you are allowed to hit back with grace, with grit, and with all your heart. And I think kickboxing has taught me that I am not just surviving, but I think I am fighting for the life I choose. So yes, I think that's what I carry, every day with myself. No matter where I'm going, what I'm carrying, I'm always allowed to move forward and learn and grow.
Wow, that was such a beautiful wrap, and what a wonderful conversation, Shweta. I really want to thank you for sharing your story with such honesty in your heart. It's a reminder that we all have that power to rise, even when the odds feel stacked against us. Okay. To all of you listening, I hope that you're feeling inspired to move your body, to honor your strength, and know that you're enough exactly as you are. If you love this episode, please take a moment to follow the podcast, leave a review, share it with someone who needs to hear this message. And if you're ready to explore your own healing journey, I'd love to support you. You can visit me on Instagram at Radiate in a Harmony. And of course, if you want to connect with Shweta, Shweta has her Instagram handle at Coach Shweta Mehta, right? Right. All right. So until next time, please keep listening, keep rising. Remember, you're stronger than you think. Bye for now.